and welcome to the Chattanooga Area Food Bank Grow Bucket Program, episode number 3. So I wanted to give you guys a quick update how the grow buckets are doing at the food bank in case maybe you're running into some of these problems. I'm going to go through a couple of things. My grow buckets the plants are struggling right now. You can see on this one, the leaves are curling. The tomatoes are splitting. The leaves are actually turning like a purple color. So I think there's a couple of things going on with this. One, I think maybe the plant is just too big for the grow bucket. It's also up against this window, which I wouldn't do again next year, and I think there is just heat kind of reflecting off of the window onto the plant, which is kind of stressing it out. And it probably also needs to be fertilized. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull the couple of plants that I have here and restart them. So a couple of other things, or not restart them, I'm going to plant something else, which I'll talk about in a minute. Another thing, this is a tomatillo plant. You can see the leaves are really white and they also have little holes in them. So again, this probably needs to be fertilized, and it also has something called, it's a type of beetle, a flea beetle, that makes these little holes in the leaves. And my other tomatillos have those too, but they're still producing pretty well, so I haven't treated them at all. But this one is just looking pretty rough as well. So I'm gonna pull that tomatillo, and then this was the Sun Gold cherry tomato, which actually has done better than the other plants. But as you can see, just I think it was yesterday, one of my volunteers, you can see the leaves have been eaten off. There was a tomato hornworm. If you're not familiar with what those are, you should look it up. They look like a big fat caterpillar, and they can come through and basically just destroy your plant overnight. They eat off the leaves. See, you can see that it's really stripped. So usually you have to look a bit because they are green and they kind of blend in with the plant, but if you see something like this, if you look close enough, you will probably find a tomato hornworm. So before that little guy came along, these actually were doing better. They weren't splitting as much, the plant didn't seem as stressed, but obviously now is a good time to pull it. So since we're in the middle of the summer, you have a couple of options if you're running into problems with your plant. You can either plant another summer crop. So basically where we are now today is July 20th. We have about 90 days until the first frost. So if you find, for example, in the seeds I gave you, I think you probably have some cucumbers and or bean seeds, like green bean seeds. If on the package it says 55 days until harvest or 55 days until it sets fruit, then you have enough time to plant those seeds and get a harvest out of it. Another option is to just start planting fall crops, because if you plant another summer crop, that's going to take you until the frost and you won't have enough time to plant a fall crop. So you could just maybe leave these plants in here for another couple of weeks, and then plant one of your fall crops that you should have been given with your grow bucket. So I know some people were given kale, some people were given maybe lettuce, but it should be written on the seed packages that you received with your grow bucket. And you could actually just start planting those in late summer so that you have a harvest in the fall, and even some crops will even overwinter. So a couple of different options if your grow bucket plants are struggling a bit like mine. I will probably just transplant something into at least one of these, and maybe another one I will start something from seed, just so you guys can kind of see the difference. I didn't have anything in this one, so I just transplanted a pepper plant in there probably 2 weeks ago. It was looking kind of scrappy when I put it in, so we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update of where things are, and as always, just send me an email if you guys are running into trouble or you have questions, and please send pictures of how things are going. I'd love to see it. Thanks as always. Bye guys.